I don't think I do it.
But Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It's been a minute. I've missed you all. I hope you are all doing well. It's only been 2 days as well, but it feels like a month because we've been seeing so much of each other. And you know what? I love it. And it's glad I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. We're going to talk about Javi Gracia's first press conference. The new man at the helm speaks. You'll have a preview in the morning. I'll do that live. We'll have a chat in the morning. Then you've got your watch along as well tomorrow. So don't worry, we're back. We're back. I'm only in this 9 to 5 training stuff for about 20th of March, and then my shift starts, and then there'll be no interruption. Everything will be back to normal. I just need to get through these first few weeks. I even had to turn down Premier League productions down at Ellen Road today. Good, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Just got to keep grinding, keep doing what I'm doing. And I know the Just Joe fam will be here, so it's all good. I do. I can't lie, Baba UK. You are right. I'm here. Look at this from Baba. We're starting as we mean to go on. Where's he gone? Where is he gone? Here. Just Joy's a dick that loves himself. You ain't far wrong, brother. You ain't far wrong. Thanks for being here, though. You are the people that I do this for, brother. Don't worry about it. Did somebody say Just Joe? Exactly. You saw it. Mum Overlord. We're here. It's been a minute. I do love myself. He loves me as well, does Baba. That's why he's here. Do you know what I mean? It's Friday night. He could be out with his mates. He could be taking a girl on a date. He could be, just spending time with friends. But instead, the absolute nerd, he's sat watching a channel that includes a guy that he doesn't even like and spends his time putting comments on for someone he doesn't even like, when really, go out and touch some grass, go out and meet a bird, get your end away if you want. But nah, you'd rather be here. Who feels like a tit now? Not me. Baba, do one, brother. Do one. Spend your time in the bin. We start as we mean to go on. Of course, listen, I'm feeling great. Leeds United 3-point collectors. Will be back tomorrow. Picking up three more. Yes, Dave, man. This is what we deal with, bro. This is what we have to deal with. And now my man isn't even in the comments because he's thinking, oh, no, I've been put in the bin there. I need to go. He's right. I need to go find someone. Absolute nerd. Anyway, right. Please do smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Get your comments. And then, of course, hit that notification bell. And you are right, JR. Fulham are currently getting beat by Wolves. Oh, no. It's not what we need right now. But it doesn't matter. Shall I tell you why it doesn't matter? Because Leeds United are going to win tomorrow. I've already said it. 2-3-0. 2-3-0. It's happening. 2-3-0 tomorrow. Now, you'll have to forgive me. I have my phone with me because I had to watch the press conference while I was supposed to be working and writing my notes. Normally I have notes on the screen, but I couldn't do that, right? So I had to make notes on my phone, right? So I am going to be doing this a lot because I did listen to Javi Gracia's first press conference. And I don't know if it's because I've been conditioned to listen to absolute drivel for the past 18 months, but I thought he came across really, really well. I thought he was really, really good. And yeah, I'm excited. And one thing that stood out for me is this guy is not going to suffer fools. He's not going to be a mug. He's not going to have no leadership group. We're not going to hear all these cheesy little phrases that we used to do, He spoke well. He spoke well, as Tony O'Shea says. And like Toby says, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. And there was loads of bits in that press conference that I took out and was like, yeah, I like this guy. I like this guy. And you're right, Sean. He don't want to give nothing away. He doesn't want to give nothing away. And that's what we want, right? El says, I'm naturally pessimistic. I understand it. But don't worry. We've got this locked in and loaded. We're going to win tomorrow. I genuinely believe that. And if we win tomorrow, then I think we're going to climb up the table, because I agree with Javi in a lot of what he said. The squad's good, man. The squad's good. The players are good. And you know, they have the skills, the know-how, the knowledge, the footballing ability to get Leeds United out of this mess that we find ourselves in. Because that's what it is. It's a mess right now. Yeah. Even the whole, you know, Willie won't he get his work permit stuff, like, it's a mess. You know, it was a mess. But we got it through the door. Before we get into it as well, I just want to shout out KG. Big shout out KG, landing the American dream. Dusty Rhodes, that was Tyler Adams. What a catch. I've not had a chance to watch it yet. I genuinely haven't listened to no podcasts, watched no videos, because I've been working. I honestly, I'm not used to this stuff. The last time I worked a proper day was 2020. And I've been doing it in the student life, and then that's not for me no more. And we're back in the grind. But yeah, I'm knackered. It is what it is. But we move, man. We move. Right. Let's talk about this press conference then. So, first question off the bat: work permit now sorted. How has this week been, and how much impact will you have on the team? Will you pick the team? I think, to be fair, there was a lot of like chit chat. That, come on, work permit or no work permit, you and I both know that he will have been involved. Do you know what I mean? Even if he'd have been wearing one of them like fake mustache and glasses kind of thing, he's involved, yeah. But obviously, he can't come out and just say, yeah, I was doing it all. He says, look, I've been preparing many things and keeping an eye on the team, and we prepare, watching some images and speaking on the game. Obviously, a lot of broken English, but you know, he didn't miss a beat. You could understand what he was saying. The players know what they are going to be doing tomorrow. They are full of energy, full of commitment. We know it's a crucial game. He spoke really, really well. You know what I mean? He spoke really, really well and was pretty forthright with his answers, I felt. He said, look, are you excited? You know, it's a similar situation to which he walked in with Watford, because obviously they were in great shape. I think there was a lot more games left for them at that point. Ethan, no, man, I like to move. He said, look, there are something similar, something different in both clubs. I feel well. I know arriving here, it's an amazing club. It's got a great family and a great experience for me. And I hope the outcome is the same as it was at Watford, you know, and that's going to look like good football and good results. Yeah, good football and good results. And that's what we need. Yeah, that's what we need, isn't it, Sean Rules? That's what we need. He was asked about conversations he'd had, you know, with the management team, if you like, you know, and the remit being to keep Leeds in the Prem, you know, to keep Leeds in the Prem. And he says the club as a whole, together, we are focused on the target. It's clear we are all pulling in one direction. We have to achieve that objective, which, of course, is staying up. He's bullish. I think the players are bullish. I think we can stay up, but we need to start getting wins. And I genuinely believe from tomorrow, Leeds United 3-point collectors will return. And then the world's our oyster. We beat Fulham in the FA Cup. We play Chelsea in the league. We beat them. Graham Potter gets the sack. Then we say, Javi, go on, mate. You can leave now. Flexible contract and that. I'm joking. Javi Gracia, man. Javi Gracia is the man. He says, look, from the first day that I've been here, I really wanted this chance. He spoke later on about returning to the Premier League. It's the number one league. It's the best league in the world. We know all this stuff, right? He said it was easy for me to come here, you know, and I'm sure we can stay up. I like that. You know, I seen a little bit of the KG interview with Tyler Adams, and I think the club all feel like that. The players feel like that. because they know they have enough quality. They do. I think for me, out of the bottom 6, we have one of the best squads. There's an abundance of talent at the coaches at Javi Gracia's fingertips. It's just about him, you know, being able to get the best out of them. Because if we're honest, Jesse managed to get the best out of some, not all. He got the best out of Rodrigo, that's fact. He did okay with Nonto, and then others maybe not so much. Like Joffrey, for example, a little bit of an enigma. I don't know if that was Jesse, but he definitely didn't know how to use him. I'm not saying, listen, he's doing okay at Sunderland, but we need a manager that's going to come in and put together game plans, if you like, and a style of play. I just want to see coherent passing. I want to see coherent passing. Andy Wrong says, get behind the manager, Joe. I'm already behind him, man. I'm already behind him. He's not American for a start, so that's something. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I am just joking, man. I just know all the Jesse lovers and haters like sit there like believing I'm against America when I'm not. So he says, what, you know, I think it was Tim Thornton who said, you know, what's this week been like for you? You know, when did you find out about your visa? He said, listen, I don't remember the last few days. I've been very busy, only sleeping 2 hours. I've had a meeting with the club, and it was an easy choice for me to make, and easy to come here and accept the challenge. And during the week, we have been preparing for the game, and we are prepared. He said that a lot. We are prepared. This is what I'm saying. I felt that I felt confident anyway. I said during the week, if you remember, 2-3-0. You know, I said that when he was announced, and listening to him, and he continued to talk about being prepared. Then, you know, he's ready, and I think the team are ready. He was asked what he'd done specifically with the players this week. He said, look, the squad has great potential, the passion to play, and without a doubt, they are committed. They have showed me all the things. Yeah. And to be fair, and I sort of agree with him, he says, all they need is just one good result. We need one good result to change the dynamic, because everything else is good. Everything else must be the training, their attitude, the commitment to the cause, etc. He's all good. And I don't think we doubt that. Even under Jesse, as much as I didn't like it, a lot of people said, listen, they run for him. They're still doing their jobs for him. They still want the job. Obviously, we find out after the fact that maybe that wasn't the case, because we're still yet to hear anyone thank him. This is facts. But on the pitch, we all believed that they believed in Jesse. They're running themselves into the ground, etc., etc. So, you know, Javi Gracia made that point and said, you know, the only thing that's missing is one good result to change that dynamic, because everything else is good. The players, they really want to resolve this situation, and hopefully they can. And what better way to do it than against Southampton, which means you would put further gaps between you and them. You're at home to a raucous crowd. His first game in charge, packed out. It'd be a great start, a really, really good start. He was asked specifically about this flexi contract. I liked his answer to this. You know, he said, look, the facts are with the coach. Maybe you stay one game, maybe you stay for life. I'm just focused on the job. I wanted to be here and be prepared to stay up. After that, maybe we'll speak. I don't worry about the contract, he said. I'm just focused on the next game and my objective to win the next game. I'm not worried about my future. I like that, you know? Listen, put that flexi contract to the side. None of this. Or I'm here. Do you remember when we nearly got relegated last season? And Jesse did an interview on Sky Sports where he said he wanted to get this team into Europe, have one of the best academies in England, and then be able to sell all the players on, and then eventually get into. And we were in like a relegation dogfight. A relegation dogfight, and he's talking like this. It was a madness. It was a madness. And he was then asked, how will you play to stay in the league? And again, these questions were really, really good for me. You know, not so much the questions, the answers. He said, look, we just want to play well and we'll discuss at a later time, because he spoke about specific formations. He said, initially, all we want to do is to play well. And I need to play in a way that the players are confident and secure about. You know, we have to find that balance, because he touched on and said, look, we could decide on 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 5-3-2, whatever you want. But ultimately, first, what we have to do is find that balance. I need to find a way to get the best out of these players. There's no point in playing a certain way, tiki-taka, if the players don't have it in them. Do you know what I mean? And I like that. It's not, look, you could argue, same with Bielsa as with Jesse, they had one plan and that was it. One plan and that was it. Whereas this guy obviously has a lot more strings to his bow. And he's not afraid to say, listen, look, we can play 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 5-3-2, whatever it may be. But first of all, we must play well. And we'll discuss that at a later time. I just need to get the players buy-in, first of all, you know, and be confident and secure in the fact that the plan that I put together, the players can execute. And that's what we need, you know? Because he mentioned these different formations and said, but all that other stuff I've just mentioned, balance, getting the players buy-in, you know, making sure it suits them, is more important than a 4-4-2, 4-3-3, or a 5-3-2. I like the fact he's brought his coaching staff with him. I think this was one of my main worries with Javi Gracia, that was potentially that the club were going to say, do it on the cheap and say, all right, but you still have to work with Scabala, Gallardo, Armas and all that sort of stuff. But that hasn't been the case. You know, he's brought his coaching staff with him. Two of them have previous Premier League experience, which is good. One of them worked specifically with Rafa Benitez at Newcastle, and one at Watford with him. So they all have Premier League experience. We're not just, with all due respect to Scabala, we're not just picking up a PE teacher. We're not bringing Chris Armas, Jesse's mate, just for shits and giggles. You know, these coaches that he's brought with him, along with his fitness guy, have Premier League experience with a top manager in Rafa, and also with Javi Gracia at Watford when he did a fantastic job. You know, he got them up to 40th and got them to an FA Cup final. So I'm really glad that he was able to bring people with him. And I think that's another important thing. I don't know what the club were playing at, if we're being honest, sack of the board. But if we're realistic, when they signed Jesse, they didn't even give him anyone. Like, even last season. And that's a little bit harsh on Jesse. And you know I'm not his biggest fan. But remember when he walked through the door, there was no one with him. They went and got Toshak. And who else did they get? Rennie Maric. And now they're not even here. Do you know what I mean? It just stunk. The whole appointment, the sacking of Bielsa, the situation we find ourselves in, it just stunk. And that's why I say, you know, sack of the board. Still, they will not get any credit for this decision whatsoever. You know, not from me. I can't wait to the 1st of July. I hope that we're in the Premier League and the 49ers take over from that point, the 1st of July, as is expected, and we can say bye. We can say thank you, Andrea. I don't think the others will get thanks, but we say thank you for Andrea coming in and getting us into the Premier League. But, you know, that's about it. They get no credit from me. He was asked about specific team news. He said, look, some players are injured, some for a long time. You know, we know Dallas and we know Rodrigo, both long time. Obviously, Rodrigo worked with Javi Gracia previously. So right now, I can't speak. And I don't want to speak on injuries. And I like that. You know what I mean? I don't need to tell you. Therefore, I'm not going to tell you. And there was a little bit of me, as I was listening to him, thinking, he probably doesn't know them all. He probably doesn't know some of the players' names. Let's not forget, he's just walked through the door. He was asked specifically what the players' reaction was to him. And for me as a fan, I don't give a shit anymore about them, if I'm being honest. I think, obviously, I have my favourites and stuff, but these last couple of... I don't know if it's a byproduct to the previous manager. I'm just really, really frustrated with them all. Board, players, managers, etc. We need a total fix-up, look sharp, you know. I think I would argue under the previous manager, Jesse, that they were given too much power. I don't like this leadership group. For me, the manager has to carry gravitas, has to have a certain way about him, and not be, of course, man management. You know, it's great and it has to be amazing, but doesn't have to be in the way that you're just continuously blowing smoke up players' asses and telling them they're the best thing since sliced bread, and then the following week you're saying the exact same thing about a different player. They've had that now. It didn't work. I would argue it worked more so under Bielsa. Well, not argue, it did. And he was not really close to them whatsoever, really. But he did say, look, all of them from the first day showed me a great attitude. And today in training, they are all focused on the game with a high commitment. And they all want to improve the situation starting Saturday. Loved that. He said, look, how close have you been following the Premier League since Watford? Do you know what his answer was to this? And I loved it. I lapped it up. He said, I have watched all the games of Southampton because it is my job. Yes, Javi. Yes, Javi. We haven't got a manager coming in who's watching Norwich for the first time last season and going, wow, these are good. He didn't have a clue. Didn't have a clue. Must have thought it was like RB Salzburg. You know, if you're up the bottom of the table, you must be rubbish. This is the Premier League. It don't work like that. And he said in one of his interviews when he came in, I watched bottom of the team Norwich, and I was like, wow, these are good. Oh, of course, it's the Premier League. But Javi Gracia said, I've watched all the games of Southampton. This is why he's only had 2 hours sleep. I think I heard on it might have been the Philly show or the Square Ball, big shout out them folks, where he said that I think one of the things that got him the job was he'd already analysed Southampton's result against Chelsea and said how he would have counteracted that, which I love, because that's what you want. Someone who knows what they're doing, who knows what they're doing, who has a plan and is aware of what their opposite number might do as well. Do you know what I mean? He's aware of what their opposite number might do. And when they make that change and switch in game, he isn't scratching his head just going, I'll just double down on it and change player for player. He's going to say, do you know what? I'm going to counteract that by putting this player there and maybe switching it up that way. Because I already know by watching Southampton a number of times what to expect. And that's what we want. That's what we want. He was asked then, I forget who asked it. It might have been Phil here. No, I don't think it was. Was it Barron? I can't remember. Big shout out to the journals. How do you prioritize tactics with a team when taking them over? You know, because you don't have a lot of time to work with them. And he said, look, I have to understand the team and find the right balance. I liked that a lot of what he said. You know, I'm looking at the team. The issue at the minute is they're conceding too many goals. That's his first port of call. He's coming in and said, do you know what? They're conceding too many goals. And he said it's I don't know if this is right. Someone fact check it. But he did say one of the key things for him was that we were like the third worst for conceding goals. And that was where he wanted to focus. So expect us tomorrow to be very good defensively and expect Southampton to struggle to break us down. I do believe we should be taking the game to them, but I think he's going to come out with the mindset of we're conceding too many, so we're going to stop that first of all. We're going to stop that first of all. And then he said we have to find that balance to get better results, and we have to try different things, and we need time to work on it. I know we don't have much time, but I have to give the players solutions out on the pitch. He was then asked, could you take on any team and do this? I think this was Graham Smith. Or was it the Leeds team when you looked at on paper stylistically and said, I can get my ideas across? And he said, look, there is nothing concrete, but I am open to find a way to help them play better with their best characteristics, you know? Because we know, say, for example, Bielsa comes in, regardless of what players he's got at disposable, they're going to play this way. They're going to play it this way. Whereas I think Javi Gracia is saying, listen, nothing's concrete, nothing's set in stone. If I come in and he can do this good, then we're going to get him to do that good. Do you see what I'm saying? He was then asked, did you take the job because you are confident you can keep them up? Where does that come from? Where does that come from? I think they were trying to get into his psyche a little bit. Obviously, he struggled maybe with some of the questions. I mean, he was asked about the weather in Yorkshire at one point. I don't know what all that was about, but yeah, there you go. And he said, the reason I am confident is because of the players. I know the players from the games, and when I see them, so again, from the games, he's watched them, yeah? And when I see them from the team, there are many things to improve, but I like the energy and the passion. So he's already aware of what he needs to improve. He knows we need to stop conceding goals. He'll have other things that he needs to check out. But he does says, I like their energy and passion. And one thing we can't fault is their energy. I would argue maybe passion at times. Jack Harrison didn't show me passion on last Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Bamford didn't show me passion last Saturday. The only time I got excited last Saturday was when Weston McKennie and Adams had a bit of a tear-up with Dwight McNeil. That's all we had. And best believe tomorrow at 3 p.m. we're going to get a lot more than that, genuinely. Click this up now. Leeds United will win tomorrow 2 or 3-0. I'm confident. I am really, really confident. I'm not joking you. And he said, look, should we expect a gradual change on the pitch with your tactics? He said, look, I can't change many things yet because I don't have much time, but I have to be clever and know when to change them. As we don't have much time. It's all about balance. Said it all the time. It's all about balance, getting it right. Who can do what? You can do this right. Let's get the balance right. Let's not just say you're going to play my way or it's the highway and it's going to be at the detriment to the squad. Do you see what I'm saying? For me, he looks at the team and says, do you know what? We've got some wingers. We've got some wingers. We've got some ballers out there. We've got a decent striker that can hold it up and bring others into play. Let's get it out wide. Let's get it into Bamford and get midfielders close to him so that he can bring them in. The likes of McKennie, the likes of Aronson. Rizzle says, stop, Joe. You're making me excited. Be excited, Rizzle. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new time for me. And I'm feeling good. It's a bit of Mickey Bubbles there for you. I might have that. I might sack off the WWE and we might have a bit of Mickey Bubbles tomorrow in the intro. What do you reckon? He was then asked by Phil here about the psychology. Yeah. It was almost like Bielsa saying Ipswich when he said psychological, but obviously English isn't his first language. But he said, look, the psychological part is important, but they are good in this area. They have a real commitment and they are confident. We will improve for sure, he said. They are doing their best. My players are doing their best. And do you know what? This is what I enjoyed, yeah? Where he said, my players are doing their best. Already straight away, my players, my team. We're on the right track. I still do question the psychological impact of, say, Jack Harrison's performance, Bamford's performance last week. But they weren't in a good place. They weren't in a good place. I think too many of them were maybe involved with the selection process and all that sort of stuff. More 640. Have a day off, bro. Have a day off. I have to do the right things, he said. I have to do the right things because he was asked. And this is something that was a bone of contention. A bone of contention. David, if you want to put some filler in them scrolls behind me, yeah, come and bring some filler to my house and I'll let you do it. I'm not going to pay you, though. I'm not going to pay you. But you can come and fill them in if you want. All right? If it's really, really frustrating you that much, bring some filler to my house and I'll let you fill my walls in. And that's not a euphemism, Dave. So don't be getting excited, all right, pal? Okay, so he was then asked about his punishment style. Yeah, Because obviously a lot's been made. Troy Deeney, he used to fine everyone for being late, all this sort of stuff, and he laughed, you know what I mean? But he said, listen, and again, I like this. He said, the players have to do the things the right way. They have to do the things the right way. And when it's needed, I will do it. Do you know, who can forget one of Bielsa's first thing that he did? One of the first things he did, right, is he came in. Nah, I'm off 6:40. Where you going? Where you going? Don't go. Please don't go. Don't go. I want you to know. Please don't go. So, Joe asking people to come round and fill his holes. Exactly, Andy D. Exactly, man. Told him it's not a euphemism. I could hear him. He was already getting in car. I heard his car door shutting that off his drum. More 60. Sorry, I thought you kept saying that Bielsa was the worst thing since live spread and that. I'm sorry, mate. I can't keep up. Please stay. Please stay. But yeah, these players need that. Do you know what I mean? These players need it, don't they? These players need to be fined. I know this sounds trivial, but come on. They've had it too easy. Too easy for me. Let's put a rocket up them. They need it for me. They need this rocket. He was then asked about Yorkshire and the weather. I think he misheard or interpreted the question, but just said, look, I got here. It was a warm welcome from people. It feels like a family. The atmosphere at Ellen Road, etc. He was then asked, look, do you know what as well? This is what I liked, right? Someone said about the atmosphere at Ellen Road, it's one of the best in the league. Before the guy even had a chance to answer, he went, I know. I know. And I was like, yeah, I know. You know. Let's go. Let's go, baby. He said, look, looking forward to the game tomorrow. And I expect our supporters to be the 12th man. We just have to we just have to give our best for the fans in every game. And tomorrow we need to put in extra effort. And tomorrow's going to be the day. Tomorrow is going to be the day that Leeds United pick up 3 points. The fans will be on it. The players will be on it. Because best believe, if you're not on it, you're in the bin. I feel that this is where we're at with Javi Gracia. I don't think he's going to suffer fools. Nor should he. Do you know what I mean? Fans will be on it. Players will be on it. Leeds United will pick up 3 points. I believe it. I believe it. Leeds United will pick up 3 points, and it's going to be about 2 or 3-0. Joe, it's not you. I see cycling around South Shields with the just. It's definitely not, bro. It's definitely not old kit. Nah. I'm working in the office, bro. Although you can get, right, listen to this. You can get on the cycle to work scheme. One of them, like bikes, electric bikes. I'm going to get myself one of them. And one of my mates actually also does Just Eat deliveries on the weekend on it. You never know, man. I might rock up like that. You ordered McDonald's. I bring you McDonald's. Yeah, man. Toddy says, you're on drugs, Joe. How are we going to score 3? By putting the ball in the back of the net. That's how. Let's you know, we can score goals. We have scored goals this season. Forget about Ward-Prowse free kicks. Forget about them. We're not going to give away any fouls. They're not going to get close enough to our box in order for them to in order for them to get free kicks. We're gonna win the game, and we're gonna win it comfortably. I genuinely believe this fact. I think Leeds United will win tomorrow for sure. What's going here? Is anyone who's going to the game tomorrow? Does anyone need a ticket for the game? Does anyone need a ticket for the game? Who needs a ticket for the game? Joe, you make him sound like Antonio Banderas. I like it. Yeah, man, Bully B, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. The real ones know. The real ones know. Morph 640. If you've got a membership, you can have my ticket, bro. Bully B says, all them clowns saying you're negative. Most positive Leeds fan in the world right now. Exactly. Don't worry about it, man. The real ones, the day ones know. I've just had my footballing, I don't know, just for the last 18 months. I've been on my backside because of that. Andrew, Andrew McGann, if you've got a membership, hit me up. Malcolm says, good to see you back, Joe. Missed your content last 2 days. I've missed being here. Listen, tomorrow, yeah, we're going to, let me know if you want it quick time, though. Otherwise, I'm selling it back to the football club. Bamford on Smoke, I'll be watching it. So, yeah, what was I going to say? I'm going to do my preview in the morning, yeah. I'll film a preview, put that out in the morning, and then we'll have a watch along, and then we'll have a post match. Then we'll have final words. Final words Sunday. Yeah, man. Carl says, who would you like to see in or out? So, I think he'll go 4-4-2. I think he'll go 4-4-2 initially. Maybe he'll go 5-3-2. Should we say he goes 5-3-2? Because he'll want to defend first. Yeah? 5-3-2. Toddy says, who's scoring the 3 goals? I'll tell you in a sec, right? So 5-3-2. Let's say he goes defence first, because that's what he's concerned about, right? Meslier in goal. Left wing back Firpo. Right wing back Luke Ayling. 3 centre backs for me, if fit, would be Cooper, Koch, and Voba. Yep. Voba. Maybe not. Maybe, yeah. Because I don't want Rasmus to play. But back 3. Midfield 3 has to be Rocker, McKennie, and Adams. And then you 2 up top, Rutter and Bamford. 4-4-2. Nah, I prefer the 4-4-2. Just my preference. Luke Ayling, Koch, Voba, Firpo, Nonto, McKennie and Adams, which is bad because we're missing Rocker, but still. Somerville, Rutter, and Bamford. We'll see, innit? We'll see. Eaton says, going to be a good weekend. Watchers get 3 points, then see the cocky YouTuber get... I don't know what it means. What does that mean? KTFO? And see the cocky YouTuber get... Are you a Leeds fan, Ethan, or are you a Southampton fan? I don't know. Not being cocky, I just think we'll win the game. But we'll wait and see. Toddy, you keep asking me, sorry, yeah, who's scoring the 3 goals? I'm not really asked, but let's go for Nonto and a Bamford brace. Oh, see. Yeah, that's going to be good, actually. Do you know what? I'm actually going to watch that, and I've not watched any of these YouTube fights up till this point, you know. So, yeah. Listen, I'll see you in the morning. I don't know if I'll do it live, maybe pre-recorded, I don't know. But Leeds United will pick up 3 points tomorrow. I say it loud, proud, and Javi Gracia is the man that's going to get Leeds out of this relegation fight, and we can start to look forward to the 1st of July when the 49ers take us over, and then we're just up the table we go. Up the table we go. Peter Smith says, don't be blinking about free kicks. I'm confident, but just a bit worried. As long as we can defend, because we know we can attack. Exactly, man. Defend first, yeah. I know we're at home and all that, but let's just not concede. And if we don't concede, we'll win the game. And I am saying 2 or 3-0. Listen, thanks as always for watching. Yeah, of course, I'm doing a watch-along for it. I'll be doing a watch-along tomorrow. We'll have a preview tomorrow as well. And like Anto Garland says, tomorrow is the day. Thanks as always for watching the Just Joe Football Show. And I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out now, legends. Peace. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Bonjour.